Thank you. Well, I'd like to thank the Midwest chapter of the Wild Sheep Foundation for allowing me the opportunity to speak in favor of an amazing organization that's doing this work right here in the Midwest region. First, I'd like to introduce myself. Some of you may know my father. It's Mark Zahar, and he is a lifetime member of this chapter. He regrettably cannot be here tonight, but I'm attending my second banquet in his absence, so I thank you guys for allowing me the opportunity. My name is Kelsey Zahar, and I've been a hunting and competitive shooting enthusiast for over half of my life. It has led me to where I am today, a proud representative on the United States shooting team. I reside and train in Colorado Springs at the Olympic Training Center, and I've represented our country in international competitions for the past 7 years. The only thing that brought me there was a gun. A little bit of hard work and skill, but mostly a gun. And one thing is certain, I'm very lucky. My dad put a gun in my hands when I was just 5 years old. When I was 6, I was putting brass and empty hulls in the reloader turnstile while my Barbie was buried deep in my closet. When I was 8, I was shooting 22s with my sister up on our hunting property in northern Minnesota near Emily. And at 11 and a half, I was in hunter safety class. You could take the class at 11 and a half. You couldn't graduate till you were 12, but by gosh, I was there at 11 and a half. I took my first pheasant that fall when I was 12, my first Minnesota whitetail when I was 13, and my first waterfowl at 14. When I was 15, I traveled to Wyoming on a mule deer and antelope hunt with my dad. And at 16, by far the highlight of my life, I went to Kodiak Island, Alaska, and I harvested a 9-foot 6-inch Alaskan brown bear. So, some girls get a car for their 16th birthday. I got a bear. And I walk past it every single morning. And my first car is long gone, so that memory is something that I will always have. But the point is, I wasn't 16 and pregnant, and I wasn't 17 and a high school dropout, and I wasn't 18 and addicted to drugs. And it was because I had a gun in my hand. I was 18. I was 18 and on a full ride scholarship for my shooting abilities. I was 21 and traveling to San Marino, a country I had never even heard of before, and competing in a shooting competition with 45 other countries. It was Italy and Belarus when I was 22, and China when I was 23, and Rio de Janeiro when I was 24. And now I'm 26. I'm a second Olympic alternate, and I can defend myself if need be, and I can feed my family too.
Yeah!
And it was all because I had a gun in my hands. And I wasn't shooting at my local elementary school or a movie theater in Denver because I wasn't taught that guns are bad, and I'm not a bad person for using them. It was quite the contrary. I've learned safety and responsibility and respect. I've learned conservation and preservation and respect for our wildlife. I've learned determination and focus and goal setting and motivation and good sportsmanship. I've become a citizen of this country the way our founding fathers intended. A proud, arms-bearing citizen capable of defending myself against a tyrannical government. And on top of that, I can hunt, trap, and kill an animal, and I can do it legally and respectfully, and I can hit a 4-inch clay target traveling 75 miles an hour, all with a really cool manicure and some nice lipstick. And that leads me to why I'm here tonight. I want all of those things for our future generations. The ones who will be sitting in those very chairs in the next 20 or 30 years. And hopefully they'll be in a much more gun-friendly culture. Because we need the next generation, and the one after that. We need them to be hunters, to preserve and continue this life that you and I have loved living. We need them to be positive examples of gun enthusiasts. And most importantly, we need them to be voters. And we need them now. I'm here tonight representing a nonprofit organization that can do that and has been doing that for the last 5 years. The Minnesota Youth Shooting Foundation is a 501c3 organization based right here in Minnesota, and is integrating the competitive shooting sports to our high schools on the varsity level. That's right along with football and baseball and soccer, you'll now be seeing shotguns and rifles on their letter jackets. And if you see them in the grocery store line next to you, I want you to give them a high five and invite them on a hunt, because they need the positive encouragement. Because they are not bad people for shooting guns, and guns are not bad. And these kids will be everywhere. Right now we have 150 schools with a sanctioned team. 150 schools in the state of Minnesota with a sanctioned, supported, funded shooting team. There are 3,500 teenage boys and girls standing side by side, competing, learning, and achieving together, all with guns in their hands. The Minnesota State Athletic League governs the state championships of football, baseball, soccer, basketball, and now they're governing the shooting championship too. And this has all happened in the past 5 years. This is such groundbreaking work. It's so important that we continue this, but we need your help. Can you see the future of this great organization and movement? I see kids who are educated firearms handlers, who educate their parents and their friends on the proper use and benefits of firearms. I see kids who are standing next to mature, successful, educated adults who are hunters and voters and firearms enthusiasts who are helping form their permeable minds. I see hunting and shooting clubs that are prospering and expanding rather than closing at a rate of 2 per year. I see these kids becoming active voters, fit to ensure the rights of future generations. I see kids who become parents, who pass on the hunter's way of life, and all the lessons that not only I, but you have learned as well. I see all of these things in our future because they're actually happening right now. And the Minnesota Youth Shooting Foundation is responsible. It can only get better, but we need your help. We need organizations like the Wild Sheep Foundation, an organization that puts forth the most noble effort of any other similar organization in the country to promote and support conservation, preservation, and proper hunting of wildlife. I don't know if you all remember, but at the National Convention for the Wild Sheep Foundation a couple years ago, USA Shooting, which is a member that I am a part of, they were auctioning off 3 Remington shotguns to benefit the Olympic shooting team, a team that I am a part of. The guns sold for $200,000. They were auctioned off, donated back, and auctioned off again. It was absolutely amazing, and the money directly helped fund me and my trip to China. I represented my country, my family, my friends, and myself, and most importantly, the ideals that the hunting and shooting community has taught me. The money we raise here tonight will directly benefit the next generation of hunting and shooting enthusiasts right here in the Midwest region. Your sons and daughters, your grandchildren, the teens in your community, you can see 100% of every single penny that you donate here tonight, 100% tax deductible, and will go directly to ensure the future of our way of life. Now, I know you've probably been saving your money for years, and you're waiting for that amazing hunt that's coming up when I give the microphone back. But if you could please find it somewhere, anywhere in your hearts. Rally your friends together, your table, your neighbors, anything, and donate. Please bid in favor of the future of a safe, respectful, responsible, and ethical hunting and shooting. Thank you for giving the Minnesota Youth Shooting Foundation this opportunity. And I hope what I said really shows how passionate and sincere I am. And I thank you once again. Have a good night.
Thank you very much.